Hello everyone. Good morning, good day, good evening. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Hello, hello, hi, hello. Yo, hello everyone. Welcome. कैसे हैं आप लोग? I'm just logging into my account on my laptop right now. Hi, Venice. Hello. Oh man. Okay, let's see. Control room में जाके. Right. There it is. You know I missed you. Oh, I missed you too. I missed you all very much. I really miss doing live, but the thing is that रोज़ रोज़ मेरे को बड़ी मुश्किल से टाइम मिल पाता है. So Monday through Thursdays are like very busy. This week has been like really busy for me. Hi Mohit Gupta, hello. It's gotta be a Mac. That's what it sounded like when you typed in. Oh my god. You should be a detective. Yes, it's a MacBook. Wow, I'm impressed, Mohit. Like you could tell by the sound of the typing. That's amazing. How have you guys been? How was your week? Mine was really busy for starters. Even गलगोटियाज यूनिवर्सिटी का सीन देखा नहीं. I did not. I don't know about it. Did something happen? I'm not sure. Macs have a distinctive keyboard. Yeah. Butterfly keyboard, I guess. Really? Is it called the butterfly keyboard? Let me search. Oh, because it like the typing makes a fluttering sound. क्या ऐसा क्या? No. The butterfly keyboard refers to a now discontinued low profile keyboard mechanism introduced by Apple. Oh, but now it's discontinued. That's what the AI overview is saying on Google. So I'm not really sure. You don't know what happened in AI Summit in Delhi. Atul Jan Bandhu, hi. I don't know. Venice, I don't know what happened in AI Summit in Delhi. I don't. What happened? Enlighten me, boy. Hmm. Nagin ji is live. Hi, Skater Amar. Hello. I believe it's lagging too much today. Galgotias bought AI robot from China and they said they developed it costing 350 crore. Oh, अपनी मेहनत को बेकार मत मानना, मंजिल ज़रूर मिलेगी, बस हार मत मानना। वाह वाह, क्या बात है स्केटर अमर, पूरा फजीहत हो गया। Perplexity versus, well, Venice, like I would need to search more about it, but thank you for letting me know that this happened. I would definitely search more about it and see कि हुआ क्या actually. Mohit Gupta's question: Perplexity versus Gemini versus ChatGPT. Which one is the best as per you? So I use only ChatGPT. I don't have Gemini and Perplexity on my phone. Because I feel that one app is enough to steal my data. I don't need 3 apps to steal my data. But yeah, I have not downloaded Perplexity and Gemini. But people in the chat who use either Perplexity or Gemini or ChatGPT or all the three, let Mohit know which one is best. I believe that Perplexity may be good for research work. Chat GPT, I'm not sure if it's better for like general queries. So yeah, from 0 viewers in the first 30 minutes to subscribers only mode, how would you express this transformation? Great question, Swapnil. Let me get back to that because that's a long answer question. Gemini Pro is awesome if you give it a persona. Okay. Hashirama, 5th like done. Thank you so much. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hashirama. I use all. Venice. Skater Amar ma'am is beautiful. Thank you so much, Skater Amar. Now, coming back to Swapnil's question on from 0 viewers in the first 30 minutes to subscribers only mode. I feel it's going like really fast, which is, I'm not complaining at all. This is not a complaint, but I am wondering if I would be able to keep up with this growth. Like, during the first year of my YouTube journey, I was gaining like 5 to 10 subscribers per month. That was how it was progressing, except for like a few exceptional months where my channel, like a video on my channel did really good and then I doubled my subscribers, stuff like that. But I was still under like 500 subscribers. It was like slow growth, and I was producing like one video a week, which was also slow of me, and it was all really slow. But now it's, all of it is really fast. And while I'm gaining subscribers and doing lives and talking to you guys, I do want to remain true to myself. I do want to remain authentic to myself, and I do want to remain as honest as I can with you guys. And it has been really exciting, and I have been really grateful for everyone who has ever interacted with me or my content. But yeah, I am just in this mode where I'm trying to figure out what next for this channel, or what next for my subscribers or the people who are relying on me for information. So I'm just looking forward to what's next. I'm not really, maybe this may be a shortcoming at this point, where I'm not really like savoring the present moment, where I'm appreciating people for subscribing and everything. I'm just looking at what's ahead, what's the future, and like how do I put out better content, or how do I make more time for more content. Because now that I'm gaining subscribers, I'm gaining attention, I need to keep up with that, and I need to not let people down, I would say. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's next. Skater Amar, कुछ नहीं बदला है, everything is same to same. Hashirama, I was there in previous live. Yeah, thank you. Hashirama, thank you so much for being a part of my lives. Jai Shri Mahakal, respected sister, most welcome live. Hi Raghavendra, Rana, hello, hello. It looks like in the future many viewers will need good luck to get their questions answered. I don't think so. Like I try my best to address each and every one. I know, like I can get very lengthy with my answers, but I don't want to miss out on anything when I'm answering to someone. So I'm trying my best. Let's see. You were saying that you don't listen to Hindi songs much. Guess what? My next track will be full English. Little mischievous with trap beat uploading tomorrow. Oh my god. People here, you can check out Trap Lord X Venice's channel. If you vibe with his music, do subscribe to him. Like I have. So yeah. Well, good for you, Venice. Good for you. Atul Jan Bandhu, please make a video on how to improve communication skills. It will definitely go viral because you speak English very well and your communication is excellent. I have already done a video on this communication stuff where I believe I have posted 2 videos on, firstly, like communication in daily life, you know, how to speak in English on a day-to-day basis, and secondly, how to communicate during interviews. When you're sitting for interviews, it's a different arena. When you're communicating with, you know, general people, it's different. So how to approach that, how to approach those different arenas, I have done 2 videos on that, so you can definitely check that out on my channel. You speak English, people's not connect. You speak Hindi for better result. Skater Amar, I try my best to use both languages. I personally feel more comfortable in English. But yeah, जब भी होता है मैं हिंदी भी बोलने का ट्राई करती हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है. I saw your quit smoking vlog. I commented also. Yeah, thank you so much, Venice, for watching that video and commenting, and I knew that you could relate to my experience. I am really really grateful for that. Thank you so much. सिस्टर, आज बिस्किट नहीं खा रहे हो लाइव में? हाँ, मैं लेके आई हूँ बिस्किट भाई, तुम लोग मुझे बहुत अच्छे से जान गए हो. टुडे आई गॉट सबवे, सो आई गॉट कुकीज फ्रॉम सबवे. सो या, okay, I wanted to talk to you guys actually. Like I had a topic in mind and I wanted to talk to you guys about the idea, like your own personal idea of self-worth, and what do you do to build your self-worth, and what does self-worth really mean to you. So yeah, let me also put this in the chat. आज का मुखिया सवाल क्या दीदी को जल्दी नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, मुझे उसी नॉर्मल टाइम पे ही निन्नी आएगी. दैट 1Y क्रोमोसोम. ओके, लेट मी पुट दिस ऑन द चैट. Wait, what's your idea of self-worth? कार्तिक, हे कैसे हो, डिनर हुआ? Yes, I did have my dinner early today. India, most people speak Hindi. How works English in Hindi audience? I am trying to figure that out myself. It does work for some, doesn't work for others. So yeah. What does self-worth means? First time hearing that word. Oh. So self-worth, that's a good question by the way, Hashirama. So self-worth basically means your idea, like for me personally, if I have to describe it in a very layman language, it would mean your idea of yourself. You know, how important are you to yourself and to the world. So yeah, that is what self-worth is. बाय द वे, आज मेरा 12th बोर्ड्स का फिजिक्स पेपर था. हमला एकदम अचानक से हुआ, पता नहीं क्या रिजल्ट आएगा. ओह, कैसा गया आपका फिजिक्स पेपर? दैट वन वाई क्रोमोसोम, हाउ वाज इट? Skater Amar, okay, bye bye ma'am, take care, all the best. Thank you so much Skater for joining, and yeah, I'll see you soon. May Discord server Venice, not yet. I will figure that out with time, and definitely I will. Ram, hello Dee, what's up? Hi, I'm good, how are you? So today we are talking about the idea of self-worth. Karthik has to say that I deserve everything. That's a, I would say that's a very ambitious start, which is great, by the way. It's great to be ambitious. It's great to have, you know, big ideas, big goals, big dreams. But then Karthik, a follow-up question for you. What exactly are you doing to deserve everything? Are you doing something to deserve everything? Skater Amar, never say goodbye, फिर मिलेंगे चलते चलते. Sure Amar, sure. Mohit Gupta, my idea of self-worth is that my and everyone else out there, be it a beggar or a big shot, the mere existence of a human on this planet makes one worthy of receiving all things society labels good. That's true. Mohit's comment, like replying to Mohit's comment, that is very true. That the mere existence of a human on this planet makes one worthy of receiving all things society labels good. However, I feel that that is very क्या कहते हैं उसको, that is a very utopic version, like that is a very utopic idea. It's like it can only happen when you're living in a utopia. And what utopia really means, it means like a perfect world where everything is perfect, everything is good, justice for all, goodness for all, everything for all. This idea would exist in a world like that, in a world of utopia where everything is just perfect. But in our reality, the reality that we are living in today, not everything is perfect, and life is very unfair for everyone out there. Yeah, it's, the economy is unfair to countries, and yeah, we live in a lot of discrimination, unfairness, you know, mistrust in people. So I'm not sure if your idea of self, like it's a great idea, but how do we reach there? Have you ever thought of that? इसलिए तो कहा हमला अचानक से हुआ, 7 मार्क्स का लीव हो गया, बट आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट अच्छे तो आ जाएंगे. दैट्स ग्रेट. दैट 1Y chromosome, amazing. I'm really glad that you did well in your paper. By the way, Didi, I will be back in an hour. Sure, definitely. I'm still thinking Venice. Yeah, you can keep thinking. It's a good question. Ifra, hello Ifra. Hello Didi, how are you? By the way, कल मेरा संस्कृत का exam and please wish me good luck. All the best, Ifra. I know you are gonna do great and it's gonna go very good. Trap Lord X Venice, I'll say I agree with you and enjoy my drink. Sure, I'll enjoy my water too. Vikram Chaudhary, Hello Didi, hi. Hashirama, to other people or to myself? Your idea of self-worth to yourself, not to other people. Hi Vikram, how are you? दीदी कहाँ से हो? महाराष्ट्र से. रिस्पेक्टेड दीदू, आपकी 1 लाइव वॉच से मैंने सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट देखा अपने अंदर. दैट इज सो स्वीट. थैंक यू सो मच. Thank you so much, Raghavan. Like, that really means so much to me. And you see, that is why I'm here. You know, I'm here because I really want to help you help yourself. So, yeah. And I'm glad that, you know, you're feeling an improvement after engaging with my content. I'm really glad because that's actually my aim. यार मूड लाइट करने आया था. इतने भारी भरकम सोच विचार वाले प्रश्नों का आक्रमण हो रहा. पार्थ रथ मोड़ो. ओके वेनिस, कोई बात नहीं. वी डोंट रियली हैव टू कीप टॉकिंग अबाउट सेल्फ वर्थ. आई अंडरस्टैंड. यू कैन ब्रिंग अप सम अदर टॉपिक एंड वी कैन डिस्कस दैट एज वेल. Mohit Gupta, it's as you rightly mentioned, it's utopian and we may never reach there, but just like an asymptomatic graph, we can tend to reach it. Yeah, exactly. And if we don't think on these terms, we will never be able to, take even a step further towards that perceived utopia. So yeah, I totally agree with you, Mohit. So I should think how much I worth to myself. Nahi Hashirama, it's like, yeah, maybe you can say that. Yeah, how important do you think you are, Hashirama, to yourself and also to other people around you? मेरे टॉपिक का रोबोट चुरा लिया गलगोटियाज ने. ओह ओके. Asking about self-worth is like asking a human being, are you human? Everyone has self-worth. It's just that each person finds and gives reasons for their worth. What's your idea of self-worth, Dee? I even did a video on self-worth and value. So for me, it's basically two things. It's every person has some inherent value and every person has a worth. Inherent value is, and you can even use these terms interchangeably. You can call your value as your worth and your worth as your value. It doesn't really matter. It's just language. It's just English. So doesn't really matter what you call it. But there are two things essentially. First is your inherent value and the second thing is your worth. So for me, basically, worth is something that comes from effort. So the more effort you put into yourself, or the more effort you put into your relationships or other people around you or your work or whatever it is, if you're working towards building that, that is your worth. The more your worth will improve. The more you work on building it, the more it will improve, the more it will grow your worth or your self-worth for that matter. You, like, even when it comes to, even if you see someone's, let's say, financial worth on this planet, A lot of people are worth like billions of dollars, and that's because they work hard to build their empire, and they work hard to build their business, and that's why they're worth those hundreds of billions of dollars. And having said that, worth is not just on money terms or financial terms. It can be on any term which is measurable. So let's say even when it comes to relationship, you have let's say you are in a relationship with someone, and you are putting in effort daily onto that relationship. That relationship automatically will become more worthy for you, you know, and as opposed to a relationship where you're not putting as much effort. So that's worth is something that you build, and worth is something that is measurable for every person. Some people have low worth, some people have like higher worth. Now let's come to value. And value is something which is inherent, and like Swapnil mentioned, asking about self-worth is asking a human being, are you human, right? Everyone has self-worth. It's just that each person finds and gives reasons for their worth. So everyone has self-worth. Swapnil mentioned it as self-worth. In my head, it's the concept of value. So everyone has an inherent value. You are existing in this universe. Maybe you don't have any reason to exist, but just the mere fact that you are existing in this universe means that you have some inherent value. If you didn't have any inherent value, if you were zero, if you were shunya, you wouldn't have existed here. So that is what your inherent value is. And value has got nothing to do with how much you work on yourself, or how hard you're working, or the empires that you build, or the money that you make, or how skilled you are as a person. It has nothing to do with that. Your value is independent of all that. Your value is the fact that it's the mere fact that you are existing today in the universe. That in itself proves that you have some inherent value. What is that? Like, we cannot measure it, really. It's immeasurable. The concept of value in my head, it's immeasurable. So these are the two things. Yeah. Nadeem Siddiqui, Ifra. According to me, self-worth means that I know I'm important even when school or friends get tough. It's that feeling that says I'm okay no matter what. I grow it by being kind to myself. Yeah, see, exactly. Ifra, that is so beautiful. That is so beautifully put, Ifra. I really love that. So the fact that you are being kind to yourself, and the kinder you are to yourself, the more worthy you are to yourself, right? So even when it comes to kindness, you can measure your worth in terms of how much kind you are, So totally resonate with you there, Ifra. Amazing perspective, especially for someone who is as young as you. I am really taken aback by this thought of yours, Ifra. Thank you so much for sharing. I believe in modern age, many times our values are also pre-decided and encoded into us via complex algos and transmitted through media. Yes. I'm glad that you mentioned it, Mohit. That is a very astute observation. Yeah, that's completely true. I also believe in that. Our beliefs, our values are very much dictated by what we are watching, like the content, the movies we watch, the songs that we listen to, especially when we're young kids, what our parents are teaching us, what we're seeing around. So a lot of it is basically conditioning. So I totally agree with you there, Mohit. Mohit, for instance, if media shows that staying loyal to one company makes one good and worthy of respect, people build that false belief. Yeah, exactly. That's very true. Very true. Swapnil, identifying with the you is pure ego. Witnessing things as they are without trying to control them is a better approach. Identifying with the you is pure ego. Witnessing things as they are without trying to control them is a better approach. Is it? I wonder. Why? Firstly, Swapnil, I am not sure if you use the term pure ego as a positive thing or a negative thing or a neutral thing. By your comment there, I'm assuming that ego, like the in the context that you've used it, it's a negative thing, but I'm not really sure. So I would like to firstly confirm on that, whether, like, what is ego to you? Is it a good thing or a bad thing or a neutral thing? What exactly, like, do you have any adjectives associated with ego? And secondly, witnessing things as they are without trying to control them is a better approach. I'm not sure if I completely agree with that, because there are a lot of things that are in your control and which are good to control for yourself. You, like, it's great to observe where observation is needed, but sometimes it's beyond observation is what's needed. It's action that is needed. It's decision making that's needed. So I'm not really sure, but I do get your perspective though. I don't disrespect that. I do get that, but it's good food for thought. By the way, your perspective is really good food for thought. Something to think about. I don't think rich people became rich by only by their hard work. There are, of course there are, Hashirama, of course there are. Yeah, there are a lot of other factors into play, and we cannot really know what those factors are because, well, we are not that rich. So how can we know? I wish I could know. Agree with Mohit. Like in Japan, people are frowned upon for switching jobs, which is ajib. Yeah. Oh, I did not know that, by the way. Like, in Japan, people are frowned upon for switching jobs, is it? Damn, it's a very normal thing here in India, or like even in the US or the UK. I'm not sure, like, why is it frowned upon in Japan? Something new for me. Ego is always a negative thing. Swapnil, ego is always a negative thing. Is it really? I'm not really sure on that. Like, I would like to differ. It's not always a negative thing. It's negative when it's like hurtful to other people, for sure. It becomes negative then. But it's actually good that you, like, and this is just my personal opinion, but it's actually good to have some ego, because you have a strong sense of identity then. Ego gives you a strong sense of identity too, as long as it's not hurtful to other people. So yeah, as long as you're not being a prick and then call it your ego, I feel it's not that bad of a thing. My self-worth comes from staying true to my word and following through on what I say, regardless of what others think or say. At the same time, I remain open to constructive feedback. Oh, Venice, that's awesome. That's really cool. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful perspective. Mohit Gupta, I agree with Swapnil, as in, if we just become the observer, the concept of worth would itself dissolve. Yeah, that is very true. And I believe that is like, I believe you guys are like leaning on the topic of ego death, where we don't really, observe from me perspective, but it's beyond that perspective. So I do understand that, but see, I would say that I am a realist. So if I look at it realistically, is ego dissolution really possible? Like, have you ever done that? And if you've done that, I would love to know your experience on how it feels like, going beyond your ego and then observing things from beyond your own perspective. I would really love to know that. Like, how did you reach the ego dissolution? So according to you, what kind of people are likely to do well? Oh, that's a difficult question, Kabir. That's a loaded question. What kind of people are likely to do well? Hmm. I'll have to think about that. Low self-worth who feel like they grow, I guess, or high self-worth who think they deserve it. Hmm. Hashirama, well, I heard Karl Marx knew. I don't think I get this comment, Hashirama. So, what did Karl Marx know? I'd like to also know what Karl Marx knew. Low self-worth who feel like they grow, I guess, or high self-worth who think they deserve it. See, if you're in a mindset where you think you can like grow more or grow better, is it really low self-worth? So low self-worth for me, it's a bit different. Well, just like to answer from the two options that you gave me, Kabir, here on the comment, I would say, like, and this is my own personal observation, and there may be instances which are like exceptions to this, but I have observed that people who think that they deserve it work harder to get it. And it's not related to, that they have a sense of, like, high self-esteem or anything. When you think that you deserve something, and like you deserve something big, and if you are rational about that thinking, you would automatically align your actions to achieve that something big, right? And so I feel, and if it's something that is related to high self-worth, maybe those are the people who become go-getters in their life. But it can backfire as well, as it can make them overconfident at times. But yeah, I feel that it's definitely better to have a sense of higher self-worth, like a sense of self-worth which is on a more positive note rather than on a negative note, like rather than bashing yourself up for everything and telling yourself that, hey, I don't deserve this, or I don't, I'm a failure or something like that. It's definitely not a good thing to have that kind of mindset. And so yeah, if having a sense of higher self-worth is what makes you a go-getter, I think that is what is better, I would say. But there are exceptions, like it's the mind, and it works in like a variety of ways. So there are always exceptions to this. Yes, and truth be told, that made me much more intuitive. Okay. When you compare your values with others, the comparison is relative. Different people have different backgrounds, timing, priorities, and struggles. So calling others low self-worth is often unfair. Yeah, sure. And see, it's not just about other people calling other people out on their self-worth, right? It's, at the end of the day, it's all about how worthy do you think you are. So if you think that you are not worthy enough, that may not bode well for you. So yeah, at the end of the day, it depends on what are your thoughts for yourself. And that is also when ego and self-identity comes into the picture. And I am currently in this mindset where I feel that having a strong sense of identity is very important, especially in the world that we're living in. If you don't have a sense of a strong identity, a strong sense of self-worth, I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know how that mind would function. A mind which does not have a strong sense of self identity and a strong sense of worth. I don't know how that functions. So, on being very honest, ignore my grammar. That's okay. That's completely fine. It's better to compare ourselves only with who we were before. Yeah, definitely. Hi, the brothers 8400. Hi. Also, it's natural for you to have different opinions because everyone comes from different backgrounds and experiences. Yeah, I totally agree. Mohit Gupta, so it helped me to move with agility and change environments. Example, if colleague plays politics with me, if I just observe, I won't take personally and just observe and record all his rudeness and toxic. Yeah, for sure. Toxic behavior and then present that to management with all evidence. Oh my god. Mohit, that is that's a good strategy, by the way. I mean, that's how it works in corporate. That's just how it works. Ifra, I learn from mistakes instead of letting them define me. I choose friends who lift me up. I talk to myself like I would to a good friend. I'm proud of who I am and keep growing every day. Wow, Ifra, that's an amazing perspective to have. I really appreciate you for having a perspective at like such an amazing perspective at such a young age, because trust me, I'm in my 30s and I am trying to build the perspective that you already have. So I feel that at times I'm not at all kind to myself. I bash myself up for the mistakes I make, and I punish myself a lot. And I'm trying to build this perspective that you already have. And so yeah, that's a beautiful perspective to have, Ifra. I'm so proud of you. You're so cute. You're so nice. You're a precious person, by the way. I really appreciate that about you. Mohit, so that colleague would get a taste of his own medicine. Damn, Mohit, that's straight up revenge, bro. Hashirama, I heard Karl Marx knew how rich people become rich. Oh, really? Has Karl Marx written a book about it? Can you share that book with us? Swapnil Jaiswal, the approach should be to accept things as they are without rushing to label them as right or wrong. Yeah, for sure. Traplord X1 this conversation is reminding me of 2016, a time when I was at my lowest, yet I still found the strength to walk away and cut ties with my relatives. See, that's what I'm talking about, and that's where your sense of identity and your sense of worth comes into the picture. And it's very important to have that, because if you don't have a sense of identity, a lot of people can also take advantage of you, and that has been done to me in my past as well. A lot of people took advantage of me because I did not know my worth, and I was not standing firm in my identity. And that's why I brought this up. Like, for me personally, this topic relates to how much you let others use you. Because if you don't have a strong sense of identity, if you don't have a sense of worth for yourself, a lot of people are out there who can like use you for their own benefit. And so yeah, that was the mindset that I came from when I asked you guys this question. But yeah, like Swapnil mentioned, like everyone comes from different backgrounds, like they have different life experiences, and so there can be like very different perspectives to this question, and that's why it's a very interesting topic to talk about. The approach should be to, okay, I already read that. Okay, I think Karl Marx, at least in school. I have heard of Karl Marx, I believe he wrote the Communist Manifesto or something. I'm not sure. I mean, isn't the whole point to be taken advantage of by people of one's own choosing, of course? Wow, that's a great perspective. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Maybe it is Kabir. Maybe. I'm thinking actually. Maybe, maybe not. Why do you want to be like taken advantage of? Change of topic, SAP as a career. I have not really worked on SAP, but I believe that it's a lucrative career. A lot of companies use SAP. I've heard of it a lot. It's like a buzzword in every IT company. Yeah, maybe it's a good choice, but I'm not really sure. But I can find that out, Mohit, and I can let you know. The Brothers 8400. Hi, मैं याद हूँ. Yes, I do remember you. You have a business in Russia and you have some like really cool cars. And I believe you may be involved with the mafia at this point. So yeah, I do remember you. Don't worry, I'm not a communist, but I heard from communist people about Karl Marx. Dude, I don't even know what communist means. I forgot about that. डीसीपी का फोन है मेरे पास आज. वाह, नाइस. पास्ट याद आ गया मुझे आज. Venice, I hope that it's not bringing up like bad memories or some kind of past trauma for you. The Brothers 8400, subscribe करूँ. Sure, if you feel like. मैं हूँ Dawn. What do you do for a living? I try to live for a living. I try my best for a living. But I do work in IT company. I'm working with information security. I'm working in the information security domain and I've been working for about 8 years now. Venice, I've seen a lot and lived through the unlivable. I was 100 feet down, yet I fought my way back to ground level. Being alive feels like a bonus, and I'm proud of what I've achieved so far. Many would have given up. Well, yeah, I'm so glad, Venice, that you overcame those hurdles, those obstacles, those bad moments of life. I really appreciate you, and it just shows how strong you are as a person. And that in itself is what defines our worth, you know, the difficult phases of life that we go through, and how we overcome those phases, how, like, how much grace do we overcome those phases with, and you know, how we are able to heal ourselves. I believe that is also something that defines our worth for ourselves. So yeah, I'm so proud of you, Venice, for being a strong human. Kabir, she's a liver like Ori. Who is Ori, bhai? I don't know who Ori is. मैं हूँ Dawn. Where? Where what? Where do I live? I live. No, I mean, what do you do for a living and where? Okay, so like I said, I work in the IT sector. I don't really want to disclose my company's name. Yeah, it's just the IT sector. Wow, I don't think you follow politics now. Communist is a gali in government rule. Really? Is it? And I'm using it so casually here. Man, I need to up my politics game. I'm very bad with politics. Communism. System of social organization in which all property is owned by the community and each person contributes and receives according to their ability and needs. Oh. जितेंद्र कालरा डीसीपी सब तो है. हाय जितेंद्र, मैं हूँ डॉन. आई वर्क इन हैदराबाद. ओह दैट्स नाइस. आई हैव बिन टू हैदराबाद. वेनिस, बाय द वे, स्ट्रॉन्ग होना मेरी मजबूरी है और काफ़ी अच्छी मजबूरी है. Sometimes it can get exhausting, Venice. I totally understand that. Like being strong all the time, it just gets exhausting. हमारा ये कॉमन है. क्या कॉमन है जितेंद्र? आई डेंट गेट दैट. मैं हूँ डॉन. आई वर्क इन बैक एंड AWS applications. Oh, that's awesome. How is that going for you? Asian Crypto. Hello. Hi, Asian Crypto. How are you doing? Neuro Vanguard. Are you exhausted, madam? No, I'm not really exhausted. जितेंद्र, हाय, मैं हूँ द ब्रदर्स DCP के फ़ोन से. ओके, हाय जितेंद्र. When it feels exhausting, I grab a drink and come to your live. Ah, thank you so much, Venice, for that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And if I like reminded you of some past bad stuff, I didn't mean to. I'm really sorry I did that happened for you. I didn't really mean to. But yeah, for the next live, I would be very interested to know the things that you want to talk about, and then we can set up that topic and talk about that. In which city do you work? Maudon, I don't want to disclose like some information about myself, like my name, my city, and the company I work for, all the personal stuff. So, yeah. Pie cakes. No, I'm eating cookies. May I ask you about your beliefs? Hashirama, sure, I have a lot of beliefs. कौन कौन सी beliefs पे जाऊं मैं? बहुत loaded question है हशीरामा. एशियन क्रिप्टो, लोनलीनेस एंड सॉलिट्यूड में क्या अंतर है, क्या सही है इनमें से? एशियन क्रिप्टो, आपने वो अपने क्वेश्चन में ये नहीं बोला कि आप ये नहीं कह सकते फलाना फलाना फलाना. आई लाइक दैट स्टाइल ऑफ योर क्वेश्चन. लोनलीनेस एंड सॉलिट्यूड में क्या अंतर है? गुड क्वेश्चन दो. लोनलीनेस में आई फील आप यू आर नॉट एट पीस, एंड सॉलिट्यूड में यू आर एट पीस. सो बेसिकली टू आंसर इन हिंदी, लोनलीनेस में आप पीसफुल फील नहीं करते हैं, और सॉलिट्यूड में यू आर लाइक you feel content with yourself. Sorry, I still could not answer it in Hindi. I will ask one by one. Is it okay? Yeah, sure, Hashirama, go ahead. Venice, Shakarbara, it's fine. Flashes of the past don't hurt or stress me anymore. Well, that's great then. And that's a sign of healing, that once you revisit your past, you don't feel as triggered or as hurt anymore. It's a good sign of healing, by the way, and I'm glad you are healing. Are you an atheist? I don't think I'm an atheist. I do believe in a higher power. I do believe in a higher calling. I do believe in guardian angels. I do believe in good energy as well as bad energy. I don't believe in the idealized version of God. I don't believe in, मूर्ति और मंदिर, masjid, ऐसा कुछ. But I do believe that I do believe in the universe. I do believe that higher powers do exist, and I don't really like believe, but yeah, I don't want to say that I don't believe those things. So yeah. The Brothers 8400, when Big Boss Zishan will come on our farm, I will say him to a video support you. Thank you so much, The Brothers 8400. You are so nice. Thank you so much. I don't watch Big Boss, and I don't know who Zishan is, but I'm sure that he must be like a celebrity or something. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that would be great. Thank you so much. Make a video to support you. Oh, that's so sweet. That's really sweet. Thank you so much. Dhanu, who are you? Living in a world of I. This is typical Gen Z. Living in a world of L या I, पता नहीं. अच्छा, I. Okay. Typical Gen Z. So, is there something wrong with Gen Z? Do you believe in spirituality? Atma wala. Yes. I do believe in good energy, bad energy. I I do believe in vibrations. um, I do believe in, I won't say I believe in spirits per se, but that spirit can be just another form of energy which we as humans may not be able to perceive completely or may not be able to understand. So that's what I believe in. And if you want to call it spirituality, then yes, I am a spiritual person. I do believe that there are good energies out there that guide us and guard us. There are also some bad energies which can like harm us or you can lead us astray. So I do believe in that stuff. Yeah, but I don't believe it in a way where I want to impose my beliefs on someone else. If someone else questions that, or if someone else wants to say that no, this does not exist, I wouldn't be aggravated by that. I would be like, okay, if it doesn't exist for you, that's completely fine. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Who really knows? Venice, same. I do believe there is some sort of higher power, not a temple going person, but by the way, I'm a Brahmin. Oh, that's nice to know, Venice. That's nice to know. Yes, Zishan is a writer of Gangs of Wasipur. Oh, wow. I did not know that. That's amazing. Shakarpara is happy, called Gen Z. That makes her few years younger. LOL. Yes, I take that as a compliment. एशियन क्रिप्टो, डिफाइन योर सेल्फ, हु आर यू. आप इंग्लिश में एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते हो, नो एंड क्वेश्चन को स्किप नहीं कर सकते हो, आंसर कंपल्सरी. अरे बाप रे. धनु C3M, good night Genzi, good night. Thank you so much for joining my live and I really hope to see you again, but it's completely up to you. एशियन क्रिप्टो का क्वेश्चन, डिफाइन योर सेल्फ, हु आर यू. मैं क्या हूँ? आई थिंक मेरे को नहीं मालूम कि मैं क्या हूँ या मैं कौन हूँ, बट हाँ, कुछ चीज़ें मेरे को मालूम है अपने बारे में, कुछ चीज़ें मेरे को नहीं मालूम है. जो चीज़ें मेरे को मालूम है वो ये है कि आई एम माई बिलीव्स, आई एम द पीपल, द कॉन्टेंट दैट आई इंटरेक्ट विद. अब इंग्लिश में नहीं कह सकते तो मैं वो हूँ जो अपने आसपास के वातावरण से कनेक्ट कर रही हूँ, इंटरेक्ट कर रही हूँ. एंड हु एल्स एम आई एम माई पास्ट, I am my present, I am my future. I may as well be God. So, yeah, I don't know. Loaded question, Asian crypto. Really loaded. बिस्किट खा लें. You are not God. That's me. Yeah, well then I'm GSG. Well, you know what I mean. Mahmoud on, are you interested in poetry? No. क्योंकि ये पोएट्री ये सब मेरे सर से ऊपर ऐसे ऊपर ऐसे जाती है. Venice. dated a Gen Z, by God, जो दिमाग का दही हुआ था ना, trust me, millennial and a Gen Z never be able to form a good relationship. Yeah. क्यों वेनिस, ऐसा क्या दही कर दिया था वो Gen Z ने आपका? द ब्रदर्स, दीदी आप बहुत अच्छा हो, अगर कोई ज़्यादा बोल तो बता देना, आपका छोटा भाई ही एनकाउंटर धनुष का. थैंक यू सो मच द ब्रदर्स 8400. I really appreciate how you are so protective of me. I don't want you to encounter anyone on my account. But yeah, that's really sweet of you. Thank you so much. Have you tried any time? Yeah, I tried reading poetry. I have never really written poems. I've tried reading them. कुछ कुछ मतलब समझ में आ जाती थोड़ी मोड़ी, कुछ कुछ नहीं समझ में आती मेरे को, तो मैंने पढ़ना छोड़ दिया. May I ask what do you mean good energy? What is bad energy? Sorry if I'm dragging it. Hashirama, you don't have to be sorry first of all. I really appreciate you asking that. Good energy is something that brings some sort of positivity in your life. Like for example, maybe it motivates you, maybe it brings out the best version of you, maybe you want to do better when you are around that energy, and that energy can come from let's say a person or an environment or even a room or even a house, or you know, if you go to a city, you can feel that energy from a city itself, like whether you want to work in that city or whether you want to, you know, interact with the people in that city, if that city is motivating you. I'm just taking examples here. So yeah, that is basically like good energy, something that instills some sort of positive emotion in you, makes you happy in some way, or maybe it makes you more motivated or more disciplined, or you know, stuff like that. And bad energy would be the opposite of that, something that brings out the worst in you, or something that frustrates you or irritates you or doesn't make you want to you know, work harder, or you know, something that leads you astray, like something, some kind of energy that you know, takes you to not so great paths in life. So yeah. Can you explain politics in a few words? English चलेगा, आप नो नहीं बोल के जा सकते हो, मेरा इस एरिया में एक्सपर्टीज नहीं है, ये बोल सकते हो बिकॉज आप वोटर हो, आपका वोट देते आपका वोट देते हो. यार मेरी ना वोटर आईडी बनी ही नहीं है, मैं तुम्हें सही बताऊं. एंड पॉलिटिक्स इन अ फ्यू वर्ड्स. Politics in a few words. The first word that's coming to mind when I'm thinking about politics is circus. The second word that is coming to mind is clowns. All the leaders, they're very close to clowns. I'm not trying to disrespect them or anything. Or maybe I am, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a circus on a global level. For me, that's what politics is. And I know it's very disrespectful to say something like this, It's very it can get me like demonetized or whatever, but it's just something that I feel. And I, of all people, shouldn't really say this because I am not at all into politics. But yeah, and the third word that's coming into my mind is business. So maybe politics is business disguised as a circus on a global scale. That's what I honestly feel about politics. हाँ. Kabir, the monologue reminded me of this poem that went like, I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. Yeah. What monologue? कौन सा मोनोलॉग? मैंने कुछ ऐसा बोला क्या जिसमें तुम्हें ऐसा आया दिमाग में? मुझे खुद ही याद नहीं मैंने क्या बोला. Master of my fate. Trying to be that, Kabir. Trying to be that. Trying to be the master of my fate. Venice. She was from Pune. Is it enough? Nahi. I am not from Pune. Rohit. Go to sleep all. Okay, Rohit. You can go to sleep if you're going to sleep. Good night. आदर्श. आपकी आंखें बहुत प्यारी हैं. Thank you so much. Thank you. अभी मेरे सर पे मच्छर जा रहा है. द ब्रदर्स. सबसे बोल गया वीडियो बना का ले हमारा फार्म पे बहुत बढ़िया. थैंक यू सो मच ब्रदर्स. 500 सब है ना, 6K 7K हो जाएगा. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू. दैट मीन्स सो मच टू मी. That's really sweet of you. The brothers 8400. Thank you so much. Why are me so very handsome man? I don't get that. Oh yeah, Ifra, my leg fracture has finally healed and the injury on my hand is also slowly getting better. It's hard for me to wait, but time heals everything. Just wait and stay strong. That's so sweet, Ifra. That's so sweet. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry I forgot about your knee fracture. I believe something happened to your knee. I'm really glad that it's better now. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me know about that. That's so sweet, Ifra. सूरज श्रीवास्तव. सदियों से प्यार का एक ही रंग है, खुश रहे तो सदा चाहता हूँ मैं. क्या बात है सूरज, क्या बात है. वेनिस. मैंने इतनी शायरियाँ लिखी थी उसके लिए, एक भी नहीं समझती थी वो. Just to make her understand, I started turning those शायरीज into song, but she left anyway. But she plays my song on live. Oh damn, Venice, god damn. Well, I am glad that chapter of your life is over now and you can focus on better things in your life. मैं जोगी तेरे नाम का फिर जग में मेरे किस काम का. वाह सूरज वाह. Hashirama, I don't think that was Atma, sorry. Sorry, I read it asthma. I don't think that was Atma वाला spirituality energies. मैं बच गया अभी आपकी लाइव में इंसान से बात कर रहा हूँ. Yeah, well, aren't we all energies as well, Hashirama? Swapnil. Is the pinned topic being discussed? I'm waiting from your side to proceed further with different questions. Right now I'm just responding to the chat, and yeah, I don't really think the pinned topic is being discussed right now because I'm responding to the chat right now. Arey Baba, I was talking about my ex. She was from Pune. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize that. I'm really sorry. I thought you were again in the guessing game and trying to guess where I am from. Sorry, I made it about myself. Very sorry. I should not have ego, I guess. सूरज, ये चांद सा रोशन मैं कैसे देखूं तेरी आंखें, आंखों पर चश्मा का पहरा। वाह सूरज, क्या बात है, वाह वाह। एशियन क्रिप्टो, मैं आपसे किन किन चीज़ों पर आपको कंट्रोल वे में आंसर पूछता हूँ और आप आंसर देते हो। थैंक यू, बाय, गुड नाइट, बट यू आर सो हम्बल। थैंक यू सो मच एशियन क्रिप्टो फॉर being here on this live and talking to me and asking me questions, and your questions do make me laugh a lot, so thank you so much for making me laugh. The brothers 8400, bye didi. Kabir, bye, good night Dee, see you in the next live. Yeah, sure, thank you so much for joining today Kabir, and I'm really glad that you did. Yeah, see you, bye bye. The brothers 8400, president of Delhi University, आर्यन मान, वो भी मेरा फ्रेंड है। अरे वाह, क्या बात है। The brothers 8400, that's so awesome. You have a good network, man. So proud of you for having such a great network. Okay, to coming back to Swapnil's question, is the pin topic being discussed? I'm waiting from your side to proceed further with different questions. Okay, so yeah, I just told you about my idea of value and my idea of worth, and apart from that I also want to let people here know that for me, self-worth is directly proportional to how much work you are putting, and work doesn't just have to be hard work. Like Ifra mentioned in the comments, she's trying to be kinder to herself, she's very kind to herself, she doesn't bash herself up for mistakes, she you know, she learns from those mistakes. So basically that in itself is also effort, like observing your mistakes from a distance and then learning from those mistakes. That learning is in itself is an effort for self improvement. Being kind to yourself is also you know, a conscious effort. I feel like for me personally, being kind to yourself, you have to be very conscious. Like you can, like I personally do this a lot, that I go a lot into, you know, self bashing mode, and you know, I demean myself a lot for the mistakes that I make. कि यार ये क्यों किया, कैसे हो गया, नहीं होना चाहिए था, फलाना फलाना. And I forget a lot of times that I have to be kind to myself and I have to give myself some grace. And reminding myself of that, it takes conscious effort. So yeah, the efforts that you put into yourself, to be kind to yourself, to love yourself, or to feel worthy of yourself in any way. It can be through hard work, it can be through financial wealth, it can be through the you know, relations that you build with other people, the number of good friendships, good relationships that you have with other people. So worth can come through any, like in any shape or form, but that shape or form is measurable. You can measure it, and your idea of worth can be you know, definitive to you. Your idea, like for person A, his or her self-worth can come from making huge amounts of money, but for person B, his or her self-worth can come from being really truly good at something or at any skill. So yeah, but all of that is measurable. So yeah, that's my idea of self-worth, and the more work you put into building that self-worth, the bigger your self-worth becomes. So yeah, what about you, Swapnil? What do you have to say to that? I would really love to know. You are from Delhi, accept and make it about yourself, Shakkar Para. It's your life anyway. Okay, ठीक है भाई, I am from Delhi. आपको, if you want to believe that, you can go ahead and believe that. Venice. अभिमन्यु, सिर्फ मुझे ही ऐसा दिख रहा है कि आप सबको भी ऐसा दिख रहा होगा कि she is looking beautiful today. Oh, अभिमन्यु, thank you so much. Thank you. That means so much to me. Thanks a lot. Thank you. If you look at me that way, that's really amazing. Thank you. सूरज, इस चश्मे को हटाओ जरा, आंखें तो मिलाओ, अब दुनिया वाले जो भी कहते हैं उनसे ना घबराओ. यार ये चश्मा ना, इस चश्मे के बिना मैं पढ़ ना पाऊँ आप क्या लिख रहे हो, तो मुझे चश्मे की काफ़ी ज़रूरत है. Skater Amar, beautiful queen inside mobile screen. Oh, thank you so much. The Brothers 8400, बस 1500 करोड़ का है नेट. Bye Brothers 8400. Thank you so much for joining today's live. I really appreciate you coming live today. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. कैसा वीडियो बनाते हो आप सूरज? यार आजकल आई एम वेरी मच इनटू क्रिएटिंग लाइव स्ट्रीम्स एंड यूजुअली लाइक since the past 1 year I have been working on creating long form content like 10-12 मिनट के जो वीडियोज़ रहते हैं वो भी है मेरे चैनल पे. बट since February onwards I have started live streaming and interacting with people on live stream. So yeah, that's how it is. Hashi Rama, my opinion, you people are not energy. Energy is used to live, survive, work, etc. I and energy are separate, not same things. Yeah, that may as well be very true. Hashirama, of course. Skater Amar, okay, cool down. Sure. I am zen. I am calm. The Brothers 8400, Delhi, Haryana और जयपुर हमसे ऊपर कोई नहीं है. क्या बात है The Brothers 8400. That's the attitude that I aspire to have as well. Ifra, by the way, it's Ramadan and I'm not fasting due to my exam. So good night and talk to you tomorrow. Bye. May your dreams be as sweet and beautiful as you are. Thank you so much, Ifra. All the very best for your exam and happy Ramadan to you. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye, Ifra. Okay. सूरज, जो भी बोला है हमको कुछ समझ नहीं आया मगर इंग्लिश अच्छी बोलती हो आज आप. थैंक यू सो मच सूरज, थैंक यू. हाँ, इंग्लिश में मेरी इंग्लिश में बोलने की आदत है क्योंकि मेरा एंड आई टेल यू व्हाई आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश सो मच. क्या होता है ना कि मेरा जॉब है मंडे थ्रू फ्राइडे और मेरे जॉब में यूजुअली जो लोग हैं वो यूएस के हैं और पिछले 8 सालों से जो मैंने काम किया है अपने जॉब में दैट हैज़ बिन लाइक मेरा उन लोगों से मतलब यूएस के लोगों से या यूके के लोगों से ही इंटरेक्शन रहा है. तो जब आप 8.5 साल मंडे टू फ्राइडे रोज़ इंग्लिश में बात करोगे लोगों से और ऐसे लोगों से जो उनका एक्सेंट वैसा है, यूएस के लोगों का एक्सेंट आप जानते हो कैसा है, यूके के लोगों का एक्सेंट आप जानते हो कैसा है, तो जब रोज़ आप 8 साल तक ऐसे बात करोगे उन लोगों से मीटिंग्स में 1-1 घंटे 2-2 घंटे की मीटिंग्स चलती हैं तो इवेंचुअली वो हो ही जाता है यार कि आप इंग्लिश में ही बोलने लगते हो फिर. तो लाइक मैं कॉन्शियसली ऐसा अब ना वो मुझे कॉन्शियसली सोचना भी नहीं पड़ता है कि मुझे इंग्लिश में बात करनी है. इंग्लिश अब नेचुरली आता है. मुझे हिंदी में बात करने के लिए अब कॉन्शियसली सोचना पड़ता है कि हाँ अभी हिंदी में बोलना है, वो कॉन्शियसली मुझे सोचना पड़ता है. तो ऐसा सीन हो गया है मेरे साथ अब. Guys, do check out her vlog videos also. She have uploaded really quality content. You'll relate and learn new POV. Thank you so much, Venice, for saying that. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. May I ask your next belief? Sure, Hashirama. And Hashirama, while you are asking me about my beliefs, I would also, like, I know you are already sharing about what you think, but yeah, I really want to know from you as well. What are, and I think I would like to know your beliefs first as to what do you feel about, like what beliefs do you have. It feels like a conscious effort, but let me ask you this. Do you consciously decide your thoughts? Great question. And no, I don't think I consciously decide my thoughts. Yeah, the answer is no. Sometimes I do. Like when I know what I have to think about, like if someone or if I know that I'm in a situation that calls for some type of thought process, so that is where I know what to think about. And that happens especially during work or during a situation where I know what I have to do. But many a times I am not even conscious of a thought, and I'm not even conscious of where it's coming from. So, yeah, I think both of those scenarios happen. So, yeah. What about you, Swapnil? What about you on that? What do you think of that? स्केटर अमर, थोड़ा पानी पी लो, ये लोग सवाल पूछ के आपको डिप्रेशन में डाल देंगे. हु सेज कि मैं ऑलरेडी डिप्रेशन में नहीं हूँ? हाय सनम कैन, हेलो हेलो, कैसे हो भाई, बड़े दिनों बाद. हाउ आर यू डूइंग ब्रो? क्या हाल है गाइज? आई नो दिस पर्सन सनम कैन. He is my brother. Hi. सूरज, हाँ तुम डिप्रेशन से उनको बाहर निकालने का काम कर रहे हो. या क्या चल रहा है सनम कैन? हाउज इट गोइंग? कैसे हो तुम? स्केटर अमर, मैम लड़कियों को इम्प्रेस कैसे करें? गिव मी सम टिप्स. अरे बाप रे यार, ये तो बड़ा भारी सवाल पूछ लिया तुमने स्केटर अमर, कि लड़कियों को इम्प्रेस कैसे करें. Which is a great question. I think today a lot of people are struggling with that. Like they want a friendship or they want a relationship, but they just don't know how to get into that stuff. Like even I struggle with this a lot, man. I don't know how to impress someone. Sanam can court happening. कैसा चल रहा है कोर्ट? क्या हो रहा है आजकल? तुम हो कहाँ आजकल? कमिंग बैक टू स्केटर अमर्स क्वेश्चन ऑन लड़कियों को इम्प्रेस कैसे करें. नैनीताल, ओके. मैम मेरी 2 GF हैं, दोनों से प्यार करता हूँ, किसी को नहीं खोना चाहता. वाह भाई लोकेश, वाह. वेनिस भाई मत पूछ भाई, I've dated almost 25, still don't know, but yeah, one thing I'll just say, be real who you are. Yes Venice, I was just about to come to that, कि just be true to yourself, be real with yourself, don't try to be someone else, don't try to pretend, don't lie. Women really, like good women, they would hate your lying. And good people in general, not just women, but good people in general would want you to be the realest version of you. So if you want to be around good people in general, or good friendships, or people who are meant for you, don't pretend to be someone else. Don't try to go to them with that, like I want to impress them mentality. Just be real, just be curious, I would say. A very good way to initiate like female friendship is to be curious, and genuinely curious. if आप curious नहीं हो तो fake करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, but if you are genuinely curious to build a connection, approach women with curiosity. don't judge anyone. अगर आप curious हो, अगर आप उनसे उनके बारे में जानना चाह रहे हो, तो जानने के बाद उनको जज मत करो. हर इंसान अपने टाइप का होता है, हर इंसान में कुछ अच्छाइयाँ कुछ बुराइयाँ रहती हैं. दैट इज़ कम्प्लीटली ओके. बट या, approach any person. I'm not just talking about women. But even if you do that with male friends or even with anyone, if you approach them with curiosity, if you really genuinely want to know more about them and want to know them as who they are, I think you are off to a good start. So, yeah, I would say do that. Be curious and be real to yourself, be true to yourself. सूरज माँ मुझे सब दिखाई दे रहा है right. Thoughts are the seeds that grow and later become actions, and that's what I meant when I said you is pure ego. लोकेश मैम हिंदी में बोलो ना, हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में बोल रही हूँ मैं. Thanks for asking my belief. For first question, I'm agnostic, not an atheist. I don't even know the difference between agnostic and atheist. So can you let me know about that, Hashirama? Amit Bisin. Hi Amit. Noted. Thank you. Lokesh. Ma'am, मेरी वाली तो जलेबी क्या? Okay, that's cool. Hashirama. And I'm not at all spiritual. Atma wala. Okay, got it. Venice, curious but not bothering or being a pylon. Yeah, of course, that is very true. And if, like, sometimes we don't really know our boundaries, which is completely okay. Like, we are all humans, we are all learning. तो कभी कभी होता है कि कभी कभी हम ओवर कर देते हैं, राइट. क्यूरियोसिटी के चक्कर में, पूछने के चक्कर में इंसान से कभी कभी ओवर हो जाता है. सामने वाले को लगता है कि यार भाई थोड़ा बैक ऑफ वाला सीन. And honestly, like, a person who is honest would tell you that straight up, that hey, they will tell you politely, of course, but they will be like very honest with you that hey, let's just take some, let's just have some space between us. And trust me, you need that level of honesty. And trust me, like, you need those honest people to be around you. If someone is not letting you know honestly about what they feel, trust me, you don't want to be friends with those people. So yeah. ये क्या है यार, लोकेश जायसवाल क्या कर रहा है ये? Swapnil, how can a thought that isn't yours influence you to take action and later you call it your action? Yeah. I feel that a lot, like a huge part of our thought process is governed, I would say, by the social media that we see every day, the movies that we watch, the books that we read, and the people that we interact with. And so, yeah, a lot of that thought process is definitely governed by other things. And yeah, maybe like those thoughts are not really ours, but it's just a reflection of how we are interpreting the world, right? It's our own interpretation. It's our own, I would say, scripture, if that makes any sense, of how we are interpreting the world, like our thought pattern, our words, our actions, for that matter. Yeah, so while we can say that our thoughts are not really ours, but and that may bring me to a point that I can question my own perspective, like, is it even my own perspective or not? And this entire, like, discussion about thoughts, whether they are really mine or not, or whether they are like, whether they are encoded or whether they are already governed by something or someone else, they are not really mine, what is really me. We can get into all of those discussions for sure, and it becomes like, it becomes a huge scope, like we have to discuss on a lot of things for that. But then that makes me wonder again, what's the point that we are trying to reach through that discussion? Like, I'm not sure if my thoughts are really mine. I'm not really sure. They can be mine, they cannot be mine. I'm not really sure. But then what's the point? Like, what's the point that we're trying to get at? What's the point that you are trying to get at, Swapnil? So yeah. ए यार लोकेश, यहाँ तो अंग्रेज ही अंग्रेज हैं. And last thing, learn to say sorry a lot. Mark this as very, very important. Yaar, Venice, that is where I feel that you may be, that is where I feel that I may not be agreeing with you. हाँ, बहुत सारे मुझे हार्ट्स दिख रहे हैं. थैंक यू सो मच वेनिस फॉर ऑल द हार्ट्स. लर्न टू से सॉरी अलॉट. देखो क्या होता है ना, कि आप सॉरी तो बोल दोगे, लेकिन सॉरी के बाद आपके एक्शंस चेंज हुए, आपका बिहेवियर चेंज हुआ, जिस चीज़ के लिए आपने सॉरी बोला वो बार बार आप दोहरा रहे हो, तो देयर इज़ नो पॉइंट ऑफ सेइंग सॉरी, राइट? तो सॉरी क्यों बोलना है? मुझे तो लगता है कि सॉरी तो बहुत ही छोटी चीज़ है. लाइक ज़रूरत नहीं है सॉरी बोलने की किसी को भी. आप किसी भी चीज़ के लिए अगर सॉरी फील कर रहे हो तो आप बोलो सॉरी, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. लेकिन फिर आप अपना जो एक्चुअल अपॉलॉजी है वो है द चेंज ऑफ योर बिहेवियर. तो इफ़ यू विल बी एबल टू चेंज योर बिहेवियर, लाइक मे बी समथिंग इन योर बिहेवियर हर्ट समवन बिकॉज ऑफ विच यू आर सेइंग सॉरी टू दैट पर्सन, तो अगर आप वो बिहेवियर चेंज कर लो तो सॉरी बोलने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है ना. आपने वो बिहेवियर चेंज कर लिया, दैट इज़ योर अपॉलॉजी, एंड दैट इज़ अ मोर मीनिंगफुल अपॉलॉजी फॉर योर सेल्फ एंड ऑल्सो फॉर द पर्सन दैट यू वॉन्ट टू अपॉलोजाइज टू. तो इतना सॉरी बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है, एक्शंस के थ्रू दिख जाता है इंसान को. वेयर डू यू चूज टू बी स्केप्टिकल एंड क्यूरियस? Where do I choose to be skeptical and curious? I would say I choose to be skeptical and curious for the things that benefit me in some way. If they are not benefiting me in any way, and it does not have to just be a monetary benefit, or it just doesn't have to be a benefit, like it should be a tangible benefit. Otherwise it's just me wandering with my thoughts. And honestly, me, I cannot really afford, like with the life that I have right now, which is so busy by the way, I cannot really afford to have that kind of wanderer mindset where I just wander around with my thoughts, not reaching a benefit that comes out of that curiosity. I'll give you an example. I think a lot about partnership. I think a lot about relationships. I think a lot about what I want for my future self. Like, whether I want to have a kid or raise a kid or adopt a kid. I think a lot about my health, my fitness. I think a lot about like scenarios in which, let's say I am in a partnership, how would I grow, or how would I be respectful to my partner, like things which would benefit me in the long run, or where I can things which I think about, which I feel are worthy enough to be thought about. So yeah, दैट्स माई स्टांस ऑन दैट. वेनिस, मैं तो पूरा ही चेंज हो गया था यार. वो ब्लाइंड रही होगी ना जिसको एक्शंस भी नहीं दिखे. ओ नो, आई एम सॉरी दैट यू हैड टू गो थ्रू दैट वेनिस. हाँ, कभी कभी होता है कि इंसान को एक्शंस नहीं दिखते हैं, वो अंधा होता है बेसिकली. तो या इन दैट केस, अगर वो अंधा है लेकिन वो बहरा नहीं है, तो हाँ, दैट इज़ वेयर सेइंग सॉरी वर्क्स. मैं तो पूरा ही चेंज हो गया था. अच्छा, ये तो मैंने पढ़ लिया. यू आंसर्ड एवरी वंस क्वेश्चन. नाउ यू टेल मी हाउज योर वीक गोइंग एंड आर यू ईटिंग चिप्स राइट नाउ. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर आस्किंग मी दैट, अभिमन्यु. माई वीक वॉज लाइक रियली बिजी. सो हमारी कंपनी में एक नया सॉल्यूशन इम्प्लीमेंट हो रहा था एंड हमारी टीम वी वर द फर्स्ट people who were like going through that solution, implementing that solution, and then now we will guide other teams to do the same thing. तो पूरा वीक मेरा काम में मतलब खतरनाक ही निकला यार इस बार, लेकिन बहुत प्रोडक्टिव था. काम करने में बहुत मज़े आए क्योंकि नया सॉल्यूशन था तो, एंड काफ़ी बड़ा चेंज था हमारी कंपनी में. तो मज़ा आया ये वीक काम करने में. ऑल्दो बहुत बहुत हेक्टिक था बट इट वॉज फन. एंड दूसरा, आर यू ईटिंग चिप्स राइट नाउ? नो, आई वॉज ईटिंग द कुकी क्रम्बल्स दैट वर लेफ्ट इन दिस कुकी पैकेट दैट आई गॉट फ्रॉम सबवे टुडे. तो या, टेल मी द नेम ऑफ द बिस्किट्स यू आर हैविंग राइट नाउ. बिस्किट नहीं है, ये कुकी है. और ये क्या कहते हैं, मैंने आज सबवे से मंगाया था अपने लिए सैंडविच. तो सबवे में जो कुकी आते हैं ना, वो डबल डार्क चॉकलेट चिप वाले जो कुकीज़ रहते हैं, वो मुझे बहुत पसंद है. तो मैंने आज वो मंगाए थे. तो वो 2 कुकी आए थे, बड़े बड़े कुकी होते हैं. दे आर वेरी लाइक वेरी सॉफ्ट. दे आर नॉट क्रंची एट ऑल, दे आर वेरी सॉफ्ट. आई लव दोज कुकीज़. तो मैंने वो मंगाए थे, तो अभी मैं वही खा रही थी. Correct. Someone who is busy in a 9 to 5 job can't wander much. That's the truth. I wouldn't say that I don't wander at all. I do wander, but I wonder about things that really matter to me or that bring me some sort of, benefit in the long run. Like the things that I think about, I feel that they are important to think about in my life, especially when it comes to partnerships or relationships or maintaining friendships, or be it my work or I used to think about philosophy a lot, especially during the start of my career. I used to read about different kinds of philosophies and philosophers and Zizek and whatnot. बहुत सारे philosophers मैंने पढ़े, लेकिन मुझे ना उनका कोई पॉइंट नहीं लगा कि, क्योंकि मैं उनकी फ़िलॉसफी को अडॉप्ट नहीं कर रही हूँ. तो पहली बात तो वो मैं जान के, मतलब ठीक है, जानना इज़ अ गुड थिंग, बट आई एम नॉट अडॉप्टिंग इट, आई एम नॉट इम्प्लीमेंटिंग इट, आई एम नॉट लिविंग बाय दोज फिलोसफीज़. तो खाली उनके बारे में सोचना, उन फिलोसफीज़ के बारे में बहुत ही, मतलब ना, बाद में मुझे शुरू में मज़ा आता था, बट बाद में मेरे को ऐसा टाइम वेस्ट जैसा लगने लग गया वो चीज़. तो अब मेरे को लगता है कि यार, अगर मैं कोई चीज़ सोच रही हूँ, मैं बहुत सोचती हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है, एंड आई फील दैट आई थिंक अ लॉट. आई वुडंट कॉल माई सेल्फ एन ओवर थिंकर, बट आई डू टेंड टू थिंक अ लॉट. तो मेरे को लगता है कि यार, मैं जिस चीज़ के बारे में सोचूं, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मुझे क्या बेनिफिट मिल रहा है उससे सोचने का. मुझे कोई डायरेक्शन मिल रहा है, मुझे कोई सॉल्यूशन मिल रहा है. तो नाउ आई हैव बिकम वेरी, आई वुड से, पिकी on the thoughts that I want to think about. Thoughts मुझे बहुत आते हैं, but I choose which train of thought do I want to follow. ऐसा हो गया. एंड हो सकता है आगे चल के, जब एक होता है ना, बुढ़ापा आने लगता है, जब रिटायरमेंट हो जाता है इंसान का, तब भाई सोचने के लिए तो अब वक्त ही वक्त है. तो हो सकता है मैं हर ट्रेन ऑफ थॉट को फॉलो करूँ, बट राइट नाउ इट्स, आई डोंट फाइंड दैट फ्रूटफुल फॉर माई सेल्फ एनी मोर. Tell me one thing, you live alone now and cook your own food, but do you ever miss home cooked food? No. जस्ट होम कुक फूड. मतलब चेंज के लिए अच्छा है, बट आई डोंट मिस इट. आई डोंट रियली लाइक मिस एनीथिंग. And I feel that, and I'm not saying that my mom is not a great cook. She really is. I love whatever she makes. Absolutely love it. But I feel that I can also cook like good enough food. तो वो मिसिंग वाला सिनेरियो तभी बनता है जब आप खुद अच्छा कुक ना कर रहे हो और आपको लग रहा हो कि यार काश कोई मेरे लिए अच्छा खाना बना देता. तब आप मिस करते हो घर का खाना. बट आप जब खुद ही अच्छा खाना बना सकते हो घर पे, तो फिर वो खाना खाने में भी मज़ा आता है यार. फिर आपको किसी चीज़ की कमी नहीं लगती है जब आप अपनी. एंड दिस isn't just for cooking. I think it's for everything that goes in life. कि जब आप हर काम खुद अच्छे से कर रहे हो, आप अपनी हेल्थ का ख्याल रख रहे हो, आप जिस स्पेस में रहते हो आप उसको मेंटेन करके रख रहे हो, आप खुद के लिए अच्छा खाना बना रहे हो, तो आप कुछ मिस नहीं करते हो कि मेरी लाइफ में कुछ मिसिंग है. लाइक सब आप यू नो हाउ टू मैनेज थिंग्स. सो या that's where I'm at currently. But having said that, it's not like I don't value घर का खाना. आई डेफिनेटली वैल्यू इट. और जब मैं घर जाती हूँ तो ऑफ कोर्स लाइक आई लव वॉट एवर मम्मी कुक्स फॉर मी, पापा कुक्स फॉर मी. आई लव ऑल ऑफ दैट. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट आई डोंट value that. I definitely value that, but I don't really miss that. सबवे से कुकी ये पहली बार सुना. सो यू आर नॉट फ्रॉम दिल्ली. क्यों? दिल्ली में भी तो सबवे हैं, उसमें क्या है यार. हियर विद यू डोंट हैव टू एक्सेप्ट देयर अंडरस्टैंडिंग एज इट इज. Just listen and use that thought to develop your own understanding. Yeah, sure, definitely. Venice, wow, you still remember exact what you've said in that overthinking vlog. Great. हाँ, तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है यार. मैं ना जब कोई वीडियो बना रही हूँ तो वो सब चीज़ें दे कम फ्रॉम ऑल ऑनेस्टी. दे आर माई ट्रूथ. सो वो आपको याद तभी रखना पड़ता है ना जब आप झूठ बोलते हो. तो अब वो जब ऑलरेडी मेरी ऑनेस्टी मेरी ट्रूथ है तो मुझे याद रखने की क्या ज़रूरत है, यू नो. Swapnil, I would like to know from you, like, wait, what was your question? Yeah, I would like to know from you, like, where do you choose to be skeptical and curious? Can you answer that for me? Like, if you want to answer. If not, that is completely fine too. हम दिल्ली वाले सबवे की कुकी तो नहीं खाते और मे बी यू स्टार्टेड दिस ट्रेंड. यार ट्रेंड तो नहीं है ये. कुकी तो सबवे से बहुत मस्त कुकी मिलते हैं यार. कभी खा के देखना, ट्राई करना, बहुत टेस्टी होते हैं. इफ़ यू लाइक द फ्लेवर ऑफ if you like cookies and if you like the flavor of dark chocolate, and there is also like normal like chocolate chip cookies in Subway. 3 टाइप के कुकी आते हैं. एक तो ओटमील रेजिन होता है, एक चॉकलेट चिप होता है और एक डबल डार्क चॉकलेट चिप होता है. तो आई यूजुअली ऑर्डर चॉकलेट चिप और डबल डार्क चॉकलेट चिप एंड दे आर अमेजिंग. लाइक यू शुड ट्राई सम टाइम. एंड दे आर वेरी वार्म एंड दे आर लाइक वेरी chewy and they're not crunchy at all. They're not like biscuits. So they come fresh out of the oven. So if you ever go to a Subway, do try that. They are amazing. If you are into like sweets and like cookies, definitely try that. Chocolate chip I like. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Haven't tried of Subway yet. जाके try करना वहाँ पे उनके रेस्टोरेंट में. they're like they come fresh out of the oven, so they are very nice. क्या है? It looks like there's someone behind you. No, that's just my bag. It's just my bag, my office का bag, and I don't think there is anyone else behind me. This is my chair. Why not? That's all I want. Someone who wants to listen to me. Yeah, I mean, we would all love to know about your thoughts on this because you ask some really intriguing questions. And I'm really grateful for that, Swapnil, but I really want to know what is your perspective on things. Select a word. I love your lips and eyes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am Vilasna. ये रात भी क्या रात है? हर रात में वो रात मुझे याद नहीं. Oh वाह, क्या बात है. Trap Lord Venice. Sweet means only butterscotch for me. Doesn't matter summer or winter. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Venice, why not full face, bro? Full face मतलब समझी नहीं मैं. ये ऐसा हाफ फेस है. मुझे अपने चैनल पे अब स्केचिंग वेचिंग भी शुरू कर देनी चाहिए. आई रियली वॉन्ट टू स्केच, बट मेरे को ना टाइम नहीं मैं टाइम ही नहीं निकाल पाती हूँ स्केचिंग करने का या फिर अपनी स्केचिंग स्किल्स को इम्प्रूव करने का. सो आई थिंक यहाँ लाइव में ना मेरे पास एक ऐसा वाइट बोर्ड है. यहाँ पे अभी दिख नहीं रहा है वो, बट मेरे पास एक वाइट बोर्ड है. वाइट बोर्ड ऑन अ स्टैंड. तो उसमें ऐसा एक पेपर चिपका के मैं सोच रही हूँ अब स्केचिंग स्टार्ट कर दूँ. सबको क्लासेस देना शुरू कर दूँ कि ऐसे करते हैं स्केचिंग. दैट्स हाउ वी स्केच. दैट्स हाउ वी लाइक ब्रिंग आवर क्रिएटिविटी ऑन टू पेपर. बहुत मन है मेरे को ये करने का अपने लाइफ में. अच्छा, he said ना only eyes and lips he loves. तो उसको नाक नहीं पसंद आ रही होगी ना. ऐसा ज़रूरी थोड़ी है उसको सारा फेस ही पसंद आए. कोई बात नहीं भाई, नाक इतनी अच्छी नहीं है. दैट्स ओके. चीटोस फॉर मी. व्हाट टाइम डू यू स्लीप? यार आई स्लीप बाय लाइक 1, समटाइम्स 2, समटाइम्स 3. इट डिपेंड्स जब नींद आ जाए. I'm still waiting on Swapnil to, like, I know it must be rather difficult to type than to, you know, अगर हम ऐसा face to face या फिर ऐसा conversation हो रही होती हमारी in person, तो that would have been a different thing. But since I cannot do that, this is the only way I have to interact with you guys. So I know it can be rather difficult to put all your thoughts into like small texts which have a word limit. So I totally understand. Only curiosity you may believe too easily. Only skepticism you may reject too quickly. Doubting everything without openness can limit your thinking. That's true. That's very true. So, Swapnil, are you trying to say that it should be a balance between curiosity and skepticism. So if you're saying that there should be a balance between the two, how do you find that balance between the two? Like, do you have a trick to find that balance between the two? Selectrovert, where are you from? I live in Maharashtra. Venice, Kanya, when you gonna reveal your name? शक्करपारा चीटियां लग जाएंगी तब. शक्करपारा पे चीटियां लग जाएंगी तब. भाई, I don't know when I'm going to reveal my name. I'm not really sure. So अगर शक्करपारा पे चीटियां लग जाएंगी तो कोई और मिठाई ले आओ यार, वो नाम रख दो, क्या ही दिक्कत है, मिठाइयों की कमी थोड़ी है. जो बुलाना है वो बुला सकते हो आप मेरे को, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है मेरे को. इट्स जस्ट अ नेम, जस्ट एन आइडेंटिफायर इट इज. गणेश लोखंडे, हाय हाय हाय. गॉड कमल यूट्यूब, hey, how many days? Cheetos for me has a very good question. How do you wish to be remembered for the life you have lived? I never thought about that. Cheetos for me. And right now the only thought that is coming to my mind is, do I really even want to be remembered? Like, that is so much pressure on my present now कि यार कुछ तो बड़ा करना पड़ेगा to be remembered, like to become immortal. So I'm not sure if I even want to be remembered, you know. What about you, Cheetos for me? Like, do you have a thought about this? Like, have you ever thought about this? If you wish to be remembered for the life you have lived, and if so, how? And okay, I think this is the only thing that I have thought about. If I want to be remembered, I want to be remembered for the good deeds that I did for someone. I don't want them to remember me by my name. I don't want them to remember me for how much money I made, or where I lived, or how successful I was. I think I would want to be remembered by how good I was to them, and how safe I made them feel, or how good I made them feel, or if I could ever bring out the best version of them. That is how I would want to be remembered. God Kamal, hi God Kamal. Ganesh Lokhande, you remembered me. Yeah, of course I remembered you. You have joined my lives before as well. You have joined my lives previously. Thank you so much for joining again, by the way. Selectrovert, where do you live in Maharashtra? That is something that I'm not disclosing as of now. God Kamal, what's your biggest fear? Damn, that one's a big question. Swapnil, I will definitely come to that. Swapnil Jaiswal, openness with critical thinking. Venice, Garden Girl 2.0. So how do you balance openness with critical thinking? That's what I'm trying to understand from you, Swapnil. गॉड चीटोस भाई, तुझे क्वेश्चन नहीं पता, रुक मैं पूछता हूँ. नहीं यार, चीटोस भाई ने बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा मेरे से, मुझे तो मज़ा आया वो आंसर करने में. लव्ड योर क्वेश्चन चीटोस फॉर मी. गॉड कमल सेड हाय. Hi, God Kamal. Cheetos for me. You can be remembered by your close ones, no need to be remembered by a large crowd. And to answer your questions, I want people to remember me for someone who stepped up when people needed them. Wow, that's amazing, Cheetos for me. And you know what? Like, replying to Cheetos for me here, um, you can be remembered by your close ones. Sometimes, like, I'm not sure if that is also entirely true. Like, once you die, even your relatives will forget you, they will move on with their lives. And I hope that this doesn't happen ever. But even the close ones, when they die, we do feel really bad, we do feel sorrow, we do feel depressed by that, but eventually we all move on with our lives. And once we will go, the close ones around us, they will feel sorrow, but eventually they will also move on, right? They have their own lives to live, and maybe they will forget us, which is completely okay. um but yeah, being that someone who made a good impact on someone else, it can be a close family member, it can be a complete stranger. I think making an impact, making a positive impact on someone is a way that you can be remembered very easily, be it a close family member or be it a stranger. So yeah, I totally completely agree with you when you say that I want people to remember me for someone who stepped up when people needed them, because not a lot of people do that today. So yeah, that's a very noble way to be remembered. I really respect that. Adventure TV, right? How to speak English fluently like you? What makes you you over time? God, Kamal. Is fame important for you? You are right. Life is so fleeting. Everyone is a lingering memory. Yeah, sure, definitely. God, Kamal, please answer in English only. Yeah, you are right. Okay. So, God Kamal asked me two questions. What is your biggest fear, and what makes you you over time, right? What's my biggest fear? My biggest fear, I would say, I fear when I start abandoning myself. I fear those situations where I am forced to abandon myself, or forget who I am. So, my biggest fear currently is being in a situation which makes me forget who I am as a person. So, yeah, that's my biggest fear. And what makes you you over time? I guess I just answered this question as well with your previous question, which would be not being in situations that make you forget who you are. I believe not being in those situations, avoiding those situations where um, you forget who you are, when you avoid those kind of situations, that is when you really get closer to yourself. That is when you start to know yourself better. And yeah, avoiding those situations which make you forget who you are, that is what makes you you over time. uh Moving on to adventure tv 999's questions. How to speak English fluently like you? So I have done two videos on communication skills. One is related to communicating in general, like with people around you generally, and one is about communicating during interviews, how to communicate during interviews. Yeah, I mean, you can go watch these videos. And just to answer your question here, I would say practice. Just practice speaking without the fear of performing. When you are practicing, uh, and if it's practicing with someone, you don't have to take on the pressure that you have to be right all the time, or you don't have to take on the pressure of putting on a performance. Be free-minded while you're speaking in English. Expect to make a lot of mistakes while you are practicing speaking in English. Uh, and accept those mistakes about yourself, I would say. Learn from those mistakes. You don't have to bash yourself up while you are making mistakes, while you are practicing. Don't bash yourself up for it. It's very natural to make mistakes. That's how people learn. The more mistakes you make, the more you learn, actually. So it's an important part of, you know, speaking good English. So yeah, don't be afraid to make mistakes and practice as much as you can. Okay. Is fame important for you? Great question. Cheetos for me has some like really legit questions right there. Uh, Shubham Kumar, life is not to be remembered but to be lived. Yeah, I do agree with that. I definitely agree. Swapnil, that's my recent learning. It's to accept every opinion without labeling it as right or wrong. That's what I do with you. I respect your opinion and I learn from your experiences without judgment. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Swapnil. I'm really glad. And trust me, even I try my best to do that. I don't try to disrespect anyone with their opinion, although I do question them back. I do question people back, but it's not with the intent of disrespecting them or disproving them or, you know, shaking their belief system. It's none of that. i just want I just want to understand better, like the perspective that they're coming from. If someone has like really strong beliefs or opinions which are not aligned with my own, I do question them a lot. But it's just to understand them, like what made their belief so strong. So they must have some reasoning too, right? And I got to know that reasoning. So yeah, even when I question you, or even when I say that, hey, maybe I kind of disagree, it's not to disrespect you or it's not to disprove or, you know, shake your belief system. It's just that I want to know, like, your reasoning behind your beliefs. So yeah, but having said that, I do accept like the concept of different realities existing, coexisting together. I do believe in that concept. So yeah, a lot of different realities which are like opposing to each other can exist together. uh, Moving on to Cheetos for me's question, is fame important for you? I don't think fame is important as much as recognition is. So I don't want fame. No, but I do want to be recognized for the things that I do, especially the good things. And the recognition doesn't have to come from a lot of people, just the people who I matter to and who matter to me. So yeah, I do believe in recognition more than I believe in fame. Uh, God, Kamal, is non-being a coherent concept, or does the very act of thinking about nothing require it to be something? Oh, I think it's a paradox, and I used to think about it a lot. Like, you know, this concept of nothing. I'm not sure what the concept of non-being is, but I used to think a lot about the concept of nothing back when I used to get high. So if we are calling it nothing and already giving it a name which is nothing, we are already associating a word with it. Now it has become something, right? It has become a noun. Nothing has become a noun in the English language, right? um, So yeah, by calling it nothing, you are negating the meaning of it. Just like what we do with silence, you know, when we call out when we say the term silence, we are essentially negating the meaning of the word silence. So so yeah, it can be a loop. And while I used to think a lot about this nothingness, I could never really reach a conclusion. So yeah, does the very act of thinking about nothing makes it something? It does. It does make it a paradox. I'm still here listening to you. Oh, Venice, thank you so much. Thank you. Cheetos for me. Swapnil has a great point. Hallmark of an intelligence is someone who may have an opinion but has an open mind to hear both sides of the story. Listening to the opposite side version definitely helps. Definitely. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with Swapnil. And also Cheetos for me. What is your opinion about zero civic sense of Indian people? Oh man. I'm not, you know what? Like it's not just with Indian people that the civic sense is lacking, but I believe it's with a lot of people around the world. People, like, I can take an example since I drive on the road, so I can relate a lot with driving examples because I am one of those people. And people have become like really aggressive and really impatient with time. And I believe that's a big reason which contributes to people not having a civic sense or just general basic respect for human life. It's ruthless out there in the world now. It's ruthless. Do you feel in life you may have been dealt a lesser luck card if you are born in a middle class Indian family rather than, say, a middle class American or European family? Here the struggle is way more. The source is the same, but the reflection is completely different. I agree. I agree with Swapnil. Yeah. Coming back to Cheetos' comment, do you feel in life you may have been dealt a lesser luck card if you are born in a middle class Indian family rather than, say, a middle class American or European family? Here the struggle is way more. Cheetos for me, I'm not really sure. There is struggle in India, but since we are not really living in the US or in the UK, what good do we know about the struggles there? You know, we always look to the other side and think that the grass is always greener. But trust me, it's not. Um, if you go to the US, like a lot of my relatives live in the US, and people I know, they live in the US, and they have to pay for literally everything. They have to pay for literally existing. I'm not saying that that's not the case here in India, but I'm just taking like one example of living expenses. There are a lot other examples as well for the US and for the UK, which may be specific to those specific countries, but I'm just taking like finances as an example because it's like a global thing. It's not easy managing finances in the US and also in the UK. So, and every country has its like pros and cons. So while there is a lot of struggle here in India, but we can never really truly compare unless we have lived for long enough in the countries that we want to compare our country with. We don't know the nitty-gritties, like we don't know the details of how it feels like to live in a country like the US or the UK on a daily basis. Like we think that the quality of life is better there in those countries, but our thinking is just influenced by the social media and the movies that we watch. Our thinking is not at all influenced by us, like by our own experience of living there and experiencing life for, let's say, 15-20 years at least. So I'm not sure if there's anyone here on the chat who has lived in the US for like 20 plus years and also in India for 20 plus years, where he or she can make that appropriate comparison. But I think that is what it would take to really compare and answer your question, essentially. Cheetos for me. So I don't know if I've been dealt a lesser luck. Maybe I have been lucky in some ways and very unlucky in some other ways. So I don't really know. Started with a beer and ending with a tea. Venice. That's so sweet. I'm so glad. Like, what kind of tea are you having? Are you having like black tea, or are you having green tea, or are you having like typical Bharat ki chai? Read my above question. God Kamal. Hold on. Let me see your question. Is non-being a coherent concept, or does the very act of thinking about nothing require it to be something? I believe I just answered your question to the best of my ability. Like, I'm not really sure how to answer that question. Now, neither the mirror nor the wall can prove that their reflection is the only true or correct one. And that's what we do. We try to impose our experience as the truth and call others less experienced. Really? I'm not sure if I can say that for myself. Like, I'm not sure if my experience, like, if my intent is ever that to call someone less experienced. Or are you talking about people in general, Swapnil? I don't really get that. So, yeah. And yeah, the point where you said that now neither the mirror nor the wall can prove that their reflection is the only true or correct one. I totally agree. Like, we honestly don't know what the absolute truth is. Does any absolute truth exist? Like, is there any absolute truth that exists in the universe? I'm talking on a universe level. So, is there any absolute truth that exists? The sun rises in the east and then sets in the west, but the east and the west is defined by us. Is it the absolute truth? Like, the concept of directions, for instance, it's just a concept that we invented for our convenience, but it's not the absolute truth. It's just something that we invented. So, and it's just an example. So yeah, I'm trying to think in those terms. Shubham Kumar, what is your best gadget you bought? Gadget that I bought. I'm not a very gadgety person. I'm not very interested in getting gadgets, but I believe the best gadget that I bought may have been, I don't know. Oh, my binoculars. I really love those. That's a good gadget that I got. My binoculars. Lemon tea. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that you are relaxing with lemon tea, Venice. Is moral value anchored in a transcendent objective reality, or is it a contingent subjective social construct? Oh, that's a great question, man. God Kamal, damn, bro, that's a great question. Wait, let me come back to that. I'll read some other comments as well. Even time is not true. Exactly. See, Shubham, it's a construct, it's an invention. Where do you think, Cheetos for me, where do you think AI is going to take us, and do you think our social interactions will degrade further with the rise of AI in our lives? People are using AI for counseling, medical help, virtual date. Swapnil, no, I'm talking about general people. Ah, I got it now. Because I was a bit confused as to whether who is this applicable for. So yeah. Binoculars to stalk neighbors. No, I just look at the stars on a starry night, like on a clear night. I try to look at star clusters, and just see the stars up close. So yeah. Swapnil Jaiswal, the biggest truth is that you are here and we are here. Do we need anything else? Exactly. Exactly. That's very that's that's good thinking right there. I like that. Yeah. Great observation. Venice, good one, Cheetos. Okay. So I believe I got two questions. First from God Kamal: is moral value anchored in a transcendent objective reality, or is it a contingent subjective social construct? Man, that's a hard one to answer, because moral values, like a lot of people would argue that moral values are anchored, like it's on a spiritual level, like you have this inner compass which guides you, and that is a concept that touches the lines of spirituality. So a lot of people believe in that, but then a lot of people also think that moral values, or like good behavior for that matter, is a product of setting certain rules in the world, and some laws which if people break, they'll be punished for it. So yeah, it's very hard to answer. It may be both, I think. It may be both. And that's a great question to think about, actually. Cheetos' question: where do you think AI is going to take us, and do you think our social interactions will degrade further with the rise of AI in our lives? People are using AI for counseling, medical help, virtual date. So, see, I'll be very honest, Cheetos, and I believe that Venice is now clicking on hearts. I can see the hearts. Thank you so much, Venice, for clicking on the hearts. If it's you who's doing that, if like whoever is clicking on the hearts, thank you so much for that. Secondly, hold on. I missed Jaya Sakti's comment. Always putting effort won't give you success, but always a success is achieved by putting effort. Did it make sense, ma'am? Yeah, definitely. That definitely made sense. You have to put in the effort to achieve success. So yeah, I totally agree. Coming back to Cheetos's AI question. So see, even I use AI sometimes, not always. I use AI for help, basically, and when it comes to mental help, I do use AI. Um, I am not really sure where AI is going to take us, but what I do feel is that a lot of it, like wherever AI is going to take us, a lot of it would depend on us as well. Where exactly do we want to go? You know, it like I believe, I would still like to believe at least that where we want to go is something that is in our control, and it's not something that AI would control for us. Like for now, that is what I would like to believe, and I would like to follow that path. But I'm not really sure of the future, how things would go with AI. But a lot of it would also depend on how do you envision your future to be. And if you don't have a vision for your future, that is when you can be led astray by AI or by anyone else for that matter. If you don't know how you want your future to be. Sometimes even I use AI for, for seeking like mental help, stuff like that. But I don't envision myself to be completely dependent on AI for all that help. So I try to make my interactions with AI as like, firstly, as less as possible, and secondly, um, you know, I try to make those interactions as much as how do I put this? Uh, so my interactions with AI are very much where I am not losing control or I am not swayed by AI, if that makes any sense. So, to answer your question, where do you think AI is going to take us? A lot of it also depends on where do you want to go. Do you want to be heavily dependent on AI for everything? If that is where you want to go, that is where AI will take you. Do you want to be do you envision AI to be a kind of like an assistant and not something that heavily controls your life? That is where AI would take you. You don't want to use AI at all in the future? You are free to not use AI at all in the future. It would make things a little bit difficult, but I mean, it's not impossible. So yeah, that's what I think. Uh, if you are able to see stars, confirmed you are not from Delhi. I can neither confirm nor deny. Definitely not from Mumbai as well. The only stars there are the tower stars. Oh my god. That is so true, by the way. Cheetos, the binoculars used to stalk neighbors, reminded me of the film Rear Window by Hitchcock. I have not watched this movie. How is this movie? Wow, I didn't watch this movie. Yes, it's me. Yeah, I know it's you. I know. Swapnil, fan of Hitchcock movies. I've also watched many of his classics. AI is too good, but when you are on the other side, yeah, AI can be good. It depends on how you are using AI. Swapnil, yes, Trap Lord, big fan. I am an aspiring filmmaker. Oh, that's great. That's great, Swapnil. Jaya Sakti, there is a research paper got released and science community is obsessed with it. It says about finding that 45 strands of RNA can regenerate itself. So this could be the foundation of a life form. Oh wow, I did not know that. That's amazing. I would really love to read that research. Cheetos for me. This character limit is really frustrating. Yeah, I know. I understand that. Venice, great Swapnil. Good luck for that. Psycho and Vertigo are my favorite of his. I have watched Psycho. I don't think I have watched Vertigo. God Kamal. Is moral value anchored in I believe I have already answered this question, God Kamal, to the best of my ability. Yeah, I believe it's both, by the way. Dear in Dear Sintuard, the effect of your smile is something. Uh, oh, the effect of your smile is something special, like the golden glow of the morning sun. If I get to talk to you, my day is made. Otherwise, every moment feels incomplete. Aw, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Dears into word. Shubham Kumar, building AI is more fun. I am sure it is. It is more fun. Cheetos for me. You missed a comment of mine just above the RNA comment. Hold on. Let me check. It's vertigo effect like chakkar jo aata hai. Yeah. You missed a comment of mine just above the RNA comment. Hold on. Wait. This character limit is really frustrating. Is that what you mean, Cheetos, for me? Channel activity. I don't think I did miss anything. I read your this character limit is really frustrating. Then definitely not from Mumbai as well. The only stars there are Lodha Tower stars. Hi Netik, hi. I believe that I have been on live for 2.5 hours now, and so I think I should end this. Ha. When someone says let's agree to disagree, is that neutral wisdom or silent fear? Well, I feel that whenever I say let's agree to disagree, I don't think that it comes out of any kind of fear. I don't know about the others, like how, like what's the intent that they use this phrase with. But yeah, whenever I say that, it's never out of fear. In fact, it's out of respect for someone. I don't really want to piss them off. I don't really want to trigger them. And if I feel that they're getting hyper or if they're getting triggered, I just tell them, hey, let's agree to disagree. And that is like I personally use it as a form of respect, like respect for that person as well as respect for myself, where I'm not really giving in to that person becoming like triggered or hyper or whatever. So yeah, it's usually out of respect when I say that. I'm not sure if others have a different opinion on this one. It's never out of fear for me. So I believe it's neutral wisdom. Only those reach their destination who have life and passion in their dreams. Wings alone don't make you fly, my friend. It's courage that gives you the real flight. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Dear's introvert. Introvert. What is that? What does that mean? My name is Sintu Kumar. Hi Sintu, how are you? Alright guys, I feel that I should now end the live because it's already 1:15 a.m. India time, and I mean, yeah, I just whistled. I love to whistle, by the way. Jaya, can you read my comment? I can read your comment now. I can read your comment. Sure, we'll meet you tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's very late. Yeah, you should sleep. My thumb is hurting sending hearts. Thank you so much, Venice, for your appreciation, and not just Venice, for everyone who joined today, who interacted with me, and shared their thoughts and their perspectives on such beautiful subjects, such beautiful topics. And yeah, I posted one above Sintu Kumar message. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, now it's popping up. So, on this closing note, I wanted to share a quote I came across recently. Imagine them at their moment of death and then treat them that way now. Damn, that's some beautiful wisdom right there. Thank you so much, Cheetos, for sharing that. And yeah, I believe that gives me like a really beautiful perspective on, interacting in a better way with people. So yeah, me and Swapnil stayed from start to end. Yeah, I know. And thank you so much for, staying with me for 2.5 hours chatting. I really appreciate that about you guys. Yeah, I really appreciate you, just so you know. So yeah. Ha. We all need to work on our dark circles for sure, for sure. We do. We definitely do. Okay, well, everyone, thank you so much for joining today. And I think I should go to sleep. So should you guys. And I will definitely see you tomorrow after 10:30 p.m. IST. I'll be coming live and we'll be chatting. So yeah. दीदी, आर यू हैप्पी? ये सवाल अपन कल आंसर करेंगे फॉर श्योर. चलिए फिर एवरीवन, बाय बाय, गुड नाइट एंड टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्व्स. हैव अ गुड नाइट अहेड. Bye bye. Bye.